There was already a heightened risk of violence in the United States before October 7th. Since then, we've seen a rogues gallery of foreign terrorist organizations call for attacks against Americans and our allies. And given those calls for action, our most immediate concern has been that individuals or small groups will draw some kind of twisted inspiration from the events in the Middle East to carry out attacks here at home. But now, increasingly concerning, is the potential for a coordinated attack here in the homeland, akin to the ISIS-K attack we saw at the Russia concert hall just a couple weeks ago.
In his testimony, Wray encouraging Congress to reauthorize Section 702 of FISA, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, which allows the government to collect information on foreign nationals without a warrant. It sometimes collects data on Americans who interact with persons of interest.
It is critical for our ability to identify foreign terrorist organizations communicating with, inspiring, or working with people here in the U.S., and that's how we identify and stop attacks.
That the number one national security threat against the United States was the Chinese Communist Party, and that was over 3 years ago. So it's nice to actually hear people in the administration speak the truth that we've known for years and speak very frankly about the threats that we face. I mean, just think for a moment, he talked about all these hacking of different infrastructure and hacking energy companies and the power grid. Just think for a second, if China was able to hack our power grid and our communications and Americans didn't have power or the ability to talk to one another, how detrimental that would be to the average everyday Americans. Absolutely. Just a day without their cell phone and power.
Well, or it could be even worse than that. What if they get our infrastructure, like our water facilities and of course our banking records? They really could. When I say that they are a threat to our national security, it's not necessarily that they're going to invade, although some people would look at the southern border and this huge increase in the number of Chinese nationals that have come in. I think it's a 6,000% increase over the past couple of years. Look at these numbers. In fiscal year 2021, 342 Chinese nationals crossed the border. In 2023, that jumped up to 24,000. This year, fiscal year 2024, it's already up to 22,000. Do you suppose that any of those, many of them come in unvetted by our security forces, that some of those might be a part of some means to hack our national security system in terms of an all-out assault on what we have by their hackers?